Hey, good morning.
Hey, good
Can you hear
morning,
me?
Tono. Yep. Good morning, good morning. How are you
How you
doing?
doing, brother?
I'm doing all right.
Good, man. Good.
You?
Feeling good today, a little bit.
Good.
Got a little pressure in my chest from that hernia, but I'm better than yesterday.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Let's see here. Trying to get.
How was last night?
Uh, it was all right. I didn't really make any money. What did I end up with? I ended up with $30.
Okay. Better than a loss.
Better than a loss. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. I gotta finish setting something up here. Let's see. Where are we? Morning, YouTube. Just getting set up here, so bear with us for a few minutes. Got a number of things I have to reset. Let's see. Doesn't want to let us out of that hedge. It keeps teasing us.
Yeah. The good thing is it's not going down like we thought it would. And then we'll be stuck in that buy at the top.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll get us out of one of the two.
I really don't know what's been going on with my system the last couple of days. It's not my system. It's some sort of bandwidth issue that
Yeah, you've been having some issues, huh?
yeah, it's been happening kind of all over our house. I reset the whole Wi-Fi network last night. Um, and it seems to be selective. Like Zoom seems to work fine, but my YouTube stream seems to go slow. Can't get my computer to like refresh web pages very quickly. All
Wow.
right, let's see. Okay, let's go with this. Does look like we're trying to come back down, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, and I get a little message here saying that my internet connection isn't stable. Frustrated. It'll take me just a minute.
Mhm.
I had to reset my trade copier, so I have to enter the accounts. Okay, I am ready to go, I believe. All right, today, Tuesday, August 19th, we have building permits and housing starts at 8:30, but both of those are yellow folders, so we won't expect a lot of movement from them. But since there's nothing else going on in the market today, maybe it will give us a little movement. Let's see. We are right now. Well, let me go over here to the. Make this a 15-minute chart. All right, we have a box around what was the end of day consolidation yesterday. Take off the indicators. This little white box around the end of day consolidation yesterday. That is not where we are now. So we came out of that, came back down to retest the top of it a couple times over the London session, and now we're up. We have the DM3 pivot right above us, and we have the daily pivot right below us. We're right smack in the middle of that. And we are on a resistance zone on both the 5-minute and the 1-minute Hakanashi over on TradingView. I'll get those charts up here in just a moment. So now let's move this consolidation box where we were, and let's put price in a box right now. So we are now in this zone. We'll just mark that for now, and we'll just call that our NY session opening range. Okay. It does look like there is room to trade within this box, as long as we clear some supports and resistances that we have on our charts. Let's put the indicators back up. These are the supports and resistances that I was talking about. On the 15-minute chart, reduce this to a 5-minute chart. And actually, let's even look at this box that we just put up here on the 1-minute chart, and that is way too big. So let's reduce this to the range that we're in. Maybe let's do, well, actually, we could probably do that right there. I'll put it right below that swing low, right on that swing low. There we go. That's our range. There we go. I'll move it so we know that it doesn't start way over there. All right. So that's where we are. Don't have any news today. Still thriving on, or still sliding or gliding on market sentiment, which had, the peace talks at the White House yesterday. Really kind of the only thing that ought to be inspiring markets one way or the other, given that it seems like on the surface there's a higher chance of peace today than there was yesterday. We would think market sentiment would be driving price down. We'll see if that holds true. All right. Let's see what the dollar was doing. The dollar is at 98.23, has been rising over the last 15 minutes or so. Overall has been falling overnight. We see here it came down through the London session, came down a couple more bearish candles there into a doji candle. These are Hakanashi candles, so might be slightly different if you're looking at it on regular Japanese candlesticks. Over here on the 10-year yield, 30-minute chart, that came down during the London session, but has stabilized for the last hour and a half. Pretty sideways, as I said there, for the last 30 or so candles, 1-minute candles. Spot gold, we're at 33.41. And futures, here we are. All right, let me pull up MT4 so I have that easily
Coming over on the support on the 1 minute, 5 minute Hakanashi.
Yep.
See if we can break it.
All right. This is the 5 minute Hakanashi. This is the 1 minute Hakanashi. So the same chart that we were looking at here. 1 minute, 1 minute Hakanashi, but just shown a little bit differently here. Some supports and resistance zones drawn in by an indicator we have on MT4 that we regard as gospel. So it is looking like it's coming through there. Look at that.
You know, it's funny. Your wrinkle is different from mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got different support and resistances on it. It's really weird.
Not taking this trade, huh?
I mean, they're doing the same thing, but
You didn't get in?
it just broke. I didn't get in, did you?
No.
No. It broke the supports on the both 1 and 5 minute Hakanashi. Let's see. It's worth getting in. 39, 40.
Go.
Trying to see if the wrinkle's actually going on.
Ah. What the hell?
Turned on you?
Turned on me. I was at positive 30, and then suddenly I was at negative 30.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Bring your wrinkle chart back over. Let me see it.
I want to watch this trade. 1 second.
All right.
There it is.
Yeah, there was that little support. You can go back.
Damn it. Stopped out. Not quite.
Yeah.
I will be in a second. All right. First one on the board.
Yeah, I just saw that little support. I wasn't cool with it.
I didn't have a support on mine. I do now.
Yeah, let me just take a snapshot and show you what I'm talking about. Something's weird.
Oh, that's I'm not going to be able to do anything about that. That's just a difference in the broker that we're using that painted it a little bit differently, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm gonna show you the difference is that it makes a difference. You can't do anything about it, but you see, I had all the warnings that she didn't have. Well, now you got them.
Yep. Yep. I
Look at
see
the one
them.
I just look at the picture I just sent you, and
Yeah.
look at mine.
Yeah, it's the same. Yep.
You didn't have
Mm-hmm.
those a couple of seconds ago.
No.
Maybe it took Element Effects a minute to update.
Yeah. Something.
Went back to 41.
got about 8.5 minutes before the 8 o'clock candle ticks over.
Hopefully some volume comes to the market at 8.
Yeah, it's normal that it's not very, that there isn't a lot of volume right now, but
Right.
kind of a summer Tuesday. What do you think? After Labor Day, this is going to get better, or do
Yeah,
you
I
think
think
it's gonna?
it's.
Do you think it's gonna get better immediately after Labor Day, or it's gonna take a couple weeks to
Yeah.
ramp up?
No, I think once people get back to the office, it's going to be business. It'll be business as usual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it says on X, it says President Trump deploying U.S. troops to Ukraine. It says we'll let you know that maybe later today, but we'll be involved. So that peace talk is out the window again. You know what I mean?
No, that's part of the peace talk. He said that he's open to deploying troops to Ukraine to guarantee the peace.
And Putin was okay with that.
Well, I don't know that we've heard any response yet from Putin, but
Right.
I'll be surprised if there's a if I think one of two things will come of this: either Putin will accept the terms and some sort of peace deal will go forward, or they've put Putin in a box,
Mm-hmm.
and if he doesn't accept the peace now, then I think the West is going to ramp up pressure on him, like by putting in place secondary sanctions and things like that.
Hmm.
So I think Putin is kind of cornered. just waiting for price to continue perhaps out of the zone. Right over here is where I got into this trade. It wicked down here and then immediately came back up here and stopped me out. So now we're back down to about where I got into the trade last time. Not going to do that again. But let's see if this time we can get a continuation down to this pivot here. What pivot is that? That is
38, 39.
that's the daily pivot point, yeah. The DPP.
To your Renko real quick. Now you can see where the Renko is
Yeah.
compared to where you got in.
And here's the support.
You wouldn't have never gotten in there if that support had been
Right.
updated on your chart.
Right. Right. Yep. Well, in that case, I think the market owes me the money back.
Kind of does.
Yeah.
You know, or the broker.
Right.
You know, the broker pulled a fast one. I find it amazing how it corrected itself after we pointed it out.
Yeah. Yeah. They must have been listening to us.
Yeah.
All right, 1 minute, and it is 8 o'clock, and we will get that extra volume coming in.
I was looking at WAP. I don't know if you can get on the page. It might be just on the dashboard for university, but it breaks down the different communities. And when I went to the trading community, the guy that works for WAP explaining the difference and how they make money was also breaking down that the trading community is one of the largest money making communities
Oh, really?
on there, and that they're the guy that are making like $12 million
Oh,
a
wow.
year.
Wow.
So that's the 8 o'clock, nothing.
Yep, 8 o'clock right there.
Creeping down.
Yep. Then it's going to hit the daily pivot.
Yeah, see, this is the kind of trading I don't like, where it just went from 41 down to almost 38, and you can't even trade it because it's just creeping.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna try it.
Pivot right there. You got in?
I'm gonna pivot. Yeah, but it's gonna give me. Let me see what it does. Not gonna give me any room to make money, but I'll probably make. I'm getting out.
Why did you take that right into the pivot?
I was testing something.
Uh,
I was actually testing the Renko and how it responded to the. Let me get out of this with a $40 loss. How it was responding to it was the way it was creeping because it broke two of the small support lines and it looked like it wanted to actually get some volume and break through. But I was wrong. I'll take a loss on that. $50. So I can never take that on spot because it's just not enough room.
yeah.
But on futures, it might have paid out 50, but nope, I was wrong on my analysis. It's going to do what I said it was going to do now. Yep. See, I could have left it and made a couple bucks,
Yeah.
but it wasn't a solid trade. I just wanted to test how the Renko responded to the futures chart. So I'm down 50, you're down 100.
130.
Yeah, we should get it back. Oh, just fucking. This hernia thing is killing me, man. I was all right when I got up this morning. Sitting in this chair, putting a lot of pressure on it again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't understand it. He said it would go back in on his own. The human body is an incredible thing, man. But man, does it have its deficiencies?
Mm. Yeah.
How's your pacemaker going? How's that going?
It's great. As long as the battery holds up, I'm good.
How often do you have to have it changed?
Every 15 years or so.
Oh, really? A
Yeah.
15-year battery?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
10 to 15 years, they said.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's like, whew. If they can do that, then why can't they do car batteries the same?
Right. Well,
You
I
know
think
what I
the
mean?
pacemaker uses very little energy.
Yeah, but 10 to 15 years is like just mind-boggling.
Yeah.
What time did you get off yesterday in the morning?
Uh, 10, about 10.
But it didn't move then, right? It moved afterwards, right?
Well, it was kind of in a steady downtrend all the way until 11, after when I
Okay.
looked at it. But it was very, it was very choppy. It wasn't clean. The pivots were all bunched together.
Tighten up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as soon as you were through one, you were on to the next one, and then swing lows would pop up and other little support zones, and it just wasn't very tradable.
Right. Taking it.
Yeah, probably shouldn't because I need to take a higher quality setup after that loss, but kind
It
of
looks like it's a wrinkle like it wants to go.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of an impulsive entry though, if I'm honest. I think I'll get out. Maybe I'll get out. Damn it! It wouldn't let me out. It wouldn't
You
let
tried
me.
to exit without these.
I tried to exit. Stopped me fucking out again. That one was not cool. That one I clicked exit several times
Uh-huh.
and it did not let me out.
Wow. I'm still in it. I got in a little after you.
Absolutely not cool.
Wow. It just ain't our day. That didn't make any sense for the reverse up to $130, $40 loss. Well,
Well, there's
looking at the 5-minute Hakanashi.
yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, one redeeming quality here is it appears that my trade copier hasn't been working this morning, so I'm only down in one account.
Oh, that's good.
Why isn't this working though? Oh, I see why it isn't working. Ah, I'm down. Okay, so I'm down in two accounts. All right. All right, we've got 1 minute for the COMEX open. My trade copier is now working. Still, that was absolutely not cool. I exited that trade, and it did not let me out.
What number did you try to get out at? Like 40, 50 bucks?
I tried to get out at, I think at $20 profit.
Mm.
And then it turned around, stopped me.
That's bad.
Not cool. I do have an emergency way of getting out, which is I can flip over to my, I can just go one tab over to my trade copier, and there's a button that's flatten all, and I can flatten everything.
Wow.
But that's like my emergency exit, but I couldn't get there.
There's no real A plus trades here right now.
No, I think you're absolutely right about that.
Yeah, there's not enough volume in it. There's no A plus. It's really not just this is sit on your hands day.
Yep. Just sit back and smoke a J or something.
Too early for that, right?
Watch this on the 1 minute here for a little while. Right, 1 minute for the 8:30 candle.
So tomorrow we got FOMC at 2 o'clock. So we probably won't see anything until then.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was the 8:30 candle right there. What did? Let's see what housing starts and what the what. So it's still coming in. Course no housing starts. We're up significantly. Good for dollar, bad for gold. Building permits were down slightly, so that didn't move much, but if anything, it sent gold a bit lower, I think. Here we come. Still not an A plus setup right here on the 1 minute chart. We're going right into, well, we're coming right up on a support here where gold took off a few minutes ago
Right.
At 816. And then we're also coming into the Sunday open and the value area low. And then right below that, a swing low and a bull volume. So can't trade any of this.
Right. No, and on the 1 minute, there's the support on the Hakanashi
Yeah.
that held and reversed about maybe 15 minutes ago.
Exactly. Yep. That's what same one that's right here. Yep.
Yeah. I'm down 210 for the day.
I'm down 150 for the day.
Okay.
Although, why is that can't be right. My broker's wrong. What I'm actually down for the day is 250. Yep, 250.
Mm.
Yeah, down 250.
Okay, it's lower than it's been so far.
Yeah, but it's coming right up into all this Fugazi here. messenger stuff here.
Good.
All right, so now that it looks like we're going to get through this zone here, we've got the Sunday open, the value area low, which we're right on top of now. Right below that, we have a swing low. Right below that, we have a bull volume. Then if we get below all that, it looks like we're still in a support. No, maybe that gets us right through the support zone that's on the daily pivot chart right now.
It's going to need some kind of volume push to break that.
Yeah.
And then right below that, you have the WM2 and the MM2. No, not
Right.
the WM2 and the monthly pivot.
Yeah, right here.
So
Right
it's
here.
actually stacked again, just like yesterday.
Yeah.
28, 32, 34, 36, 38.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If you laid all those charts on top of each other,
Yeah.
it would be a 1 to 2 pip move between each pivot,
Yeah. Yeah.
which doesn't give you any room for mistakes.
Right. Yep. May as well take the L's today and
Yeah.
come back when conditions improve. But it is still early. It's 8:40.
Right.
It could get through all of that and still head down. Unlikely though. I mean, if you look at I put here on a 30-minute chart. You look here the last 3 days, it has hit that it has pushed through this MPP. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right in there. You know, like 4 or 5 times, and hasn't been able to break below last week's low of the week, which is this blue zone here. You know, it's pushed through it once or twice, wicked through.
Which is that 31, 32 zone?
Yeah, 30, 30, or 33, 30, yeah.
Yeah.
today, even if it comes down to the DM2, it's just going to bounce there and come straight back up. Well, at least maybe that'll get us out of that hedge so low. We can move it up a little bit.
Mm. Where's your button, man? This is boring.
Yeah. It is.
It's all right. That's what we do. We sit, we wait, we strike.
This is so boring.
Yeah, this is one of those days where it's
Yep.
just not painting anything that you can trade. I am glad that my trade copier wasn't working. I really am. I don't.
Yeah, that's good. You're lucky.
Yeah. So I would
Sometimes
not.
when the day goes against you, you get a break.
Right. Yeah. For anyone just showing up, I took 2 trades. The first one, uh, I probably wouldn't have gotten into if my indicator had been working properly and showing me that there were some supports right where I was getting into the trade. Tonos were showing those supports, and he warned me. He said, yeah, you might not want to get into that, but I didn't see any obstacle on my chart, so I took the trade. It went against me. I got stopped out. Second trade, I tried to exit with profit, and something messed up here on my broker. I was clicking the exit button, and it didn't exit me, and then it went against me and stopped me out almost immediately. So by that time, I was feeling a little frustrated, and it's a good thing it didn't. It's a good thing it didn't even show like it wanted to set up for another trade because I was so frustrated. I wanted to revenge trade, but I didn't.
Hmm.
And then I discovered that my trade copier wasn't working. So fortunately, those 2 bad trades didn't copy across all of my accounts. I only took the losses in one account. So sometimes that's what you need. Is, oh, wait a minute. How did I end up taking a loss on that account last night? Something's not right. All right. Well, anyway, I am down 250 in that account for this session, and if it doesn't go as anything else,
Yeah, I'm down to 10, and I don't think I'm going to place any more trades today.
oh, you were down 250 earlier. You got something?
No, I'm down to 10.
Oh,
You were down to 50.
oh, okay. Yep, I'm down 250.
I don't really think I'm gonna wait for the 9 o'clock candle. I'm gonna call it, man.
All right.
My
All
chest
right.
is bothering me, and I'm
Yeah.
gotta do something with this, man. This
Lay
is
down.
ridiculous.
Feel better.
Yeah,
And I'll
I
catch you
think
later
what I'm gonna
today.
do is get my iPad and start trading, laying on my back.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
You know what I mean?
Right. You just
I'll
can't
just,
see all your indicators there, though.
yeah, I got it. I have the
Oh,
desktop,
remote desktop. Yeah. Yeah.
remote desktop, so I'll just lay on my back and just flip through screens. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, hit me a little later.
All right. Catch you then. See ya.
Be good.
All right. YouTube, I'm going to end the Zoom stream there, but I'll stay on YouTube here. Seeing a little downward movement there that looked tradable, would have been tradable, but we've seen movement through this area before. I guess the last movement through this area was kind of smooth on the way up, but it's just not an A or an A plus trade that I want to take. All right. My wife came in, looked at my scoreboard, gave me a frown. right here on the 1 minute chart, we're hitting this swing low. Right below that is this bull volume. You know, if I were just looking at this, I'd be thinking, okay, let's get in. It's coming down. It's coming down. It's got clean range here, all the way down to here anyway, on this 10-second chart. That's just not true. That's not what's there. We've got plenty of obstacles in the way. Here on the 5-minute chart, we're in a support zone. Here on the 15-minute chart, we're in a support zone. Here on the 1 minute chart, we're in a support zone. And then that's the swing low there, I think. Let's kind of see that on the Renko as well. So this is a sit on your hands moment. Yeah, look at that, bounced. If we'd gotten into that, we would be hurting right now. We would be hurting. All right, we've got 1 minute for the 9 o'clock candle here. Right, there's the 9 o'clock candle. Pushing down. Like to see that. Hey, that little push down here on this 10-second chart right at 9 o'clock looked like that was going to be something that might be able to trade. Wicked right down there. Thought, okay, maybe that's a little momentum to the downside, but we quickly saw that it wasn't. Didn't get into it. And so these two trades, definitely losing trades, but I got the saving grace is my copy trader was not turned on. I had spent a few minutes at the beginning of the session setting it up, but it hadn't turned on, so like setting it all up, make sure the sender account was the right account, making sure that the follower accounts were the right accounts, but then forgot that last step of turning it on. So when I took these two losing trades, I took the loss in one account. Not that devastating. Frustrating still, and it would be frustrating as well if I had won both of those trades and only taken the gains in one account. But sometimes for little technology lapses, that wasn't a technology lapse, that was a brain lapse, but still, sometimes you can be thankful for those. All right, let's see what else we have going on here, because this is like watching paint dry. Let's just go check up here on the dollar and see what's going on here. So the dollar has mostly been coming up in this session. Starting about 8:30, we have this rise here, and then it kind of came back down and has leveled out. We're seeing that same movement here reflected in the 30-minute chart up here on top. And then over here on top on the left side, we have the 10-year bond, U.S. government treasury yield. It's at 4.318%. It has come down a bit in this session from up here to down here, and then has leveled off. Typically they move in tandem. If you see the dollar rising, you would see yields rising, and that would be an indication that gold would be going lower. They move, gold and the dollar move typically in opposing directions. And same with the yield and gold, but in this case the yield is doing its own thing, and gold is just kind of not really cooperating at all this morning. If we look at this on a little bit bigger time frame, this 5-minute. In fact, let's move this to a 15-minute just for kicks and giggles so we can see. This was our opening range. We came out of the opening range. It looks like, whoa, this would be great trading, but this has been so choppy, and every time it comes down, we keep hitting now the pivot, now a support, now another pivot, now a swing low. Okay, we are below most of the things we need to be below, except now we are right on the WM2, right below that the MPP, right below that we have a support, this green line here, and then this big thick blue line is last week's low of the week. Right below that we have a high volume node. Right below that we have the DM2. So we can't really trade anything on this until we're below the DM2. Of course, we're going to get to the DM2, it's probably going to bounce, then we're going to be back up here again, waiting for it to do the same thing all over again, and by that time it's going to be the end of our session. There we go, some nice movement down had we been in it, but of course we weren't going to be in it. But that is what we want to see. We have a lot of volume in the market right now, comparatively to where we were before. So now we were hitting that WM2. Now we're right in between the WM2 and the MPP. Monthly pivot point, and the weekly midpoint too. watch this on the 15-minute chart or the 5-minute chart. We want to get a little more clarity on what's going on here. You can watch it on this 1-minute chart here. We've got a little support zone. This is our Renko over here. Looks like we're going to push through there. We're already below it here on the 5-minute chart and the 15-minute chart, but we're approaching another support zone on both of those charts. And as I said, now we've pushed through barely BMPP. Those pivots act like magnets, so it could bring price right back to that area. Don't want to take a sell right there. As much as I'd like to, we're seeing some nice price differential or strength differential between the gold and dollar. I think we might have a little bit of room here if I take a sell. I want to see price action worth that idea. Look over here at the daily pivot chart. We're coming right into another support. You know, I'd like to take that. It's painful. It's painful to watch that go by and not be in it. But I knew why I wasn't in it. That is some major FOMO. But I don't react to that anymore. It's the worst thing when the chart tells you that something isn't going to happen. You want to do it, but you don't do it because the chart tells you it isn't going to happen. And then it happens right in front of your face. What do we have going on here? All right, I think we have a little room to trade down now. Let's see. I'll take that. All right. That was $160 right there. Very quick trade, you noticed. And I'm not going to get into another one right here. It's a little overextended, and now we have hit a support on the 1-hour chart. Very clear support on the 4-hour chart as well. So that was a nice little recovery trade for the day. The good news about that one is I believe that did fire off in all of my accounts. Indeed it did. So I think that leaves me down a bit here on that original account where I took those 2 losses. Still down a little bit on that account, but I'm way up in my other accounts. Let me update my stats. All right, you know, take that. indeed, we pushed through that DM2. If we look over here on the 1 minute chart, or chart really, we that's the 5 minute. What do I do here? That's also the 5 minutes, so that's not helpful. All right, here's the 1 minute. So we pushed through a DM2, which is this dotted yellow line right here. Pushed through it, created a support here with that wick, popped back up. I managed to get in right here, let that pop down, and got out right at the bottom of that wick. So that was a nice 160. Now sure, this was predictable and I could have taken that back up, but those aren't really the trades I'm taking recently. I'm really just trying to take these breakout and trend, or breakout and continue, or even breakout and reverse. As long as I can catch that little breakout, those are the trades that I've been taking recently. This retracement here is probably something I'll start taking again next month when market returns to normal volume, normal trading conditions. But right now I'm just trying to be a little more cautious. Notice I'm a little nervous. I feel a little bit jittery, so I'm thinking that maybe it's just best for me to not trade for as long as I'm thinking about this. Hey. It's nice that we got a little bit of movement there. It's always good to recover when you're down. Not fully recovered. I'm down. What am I down? Still down a bit. Maybe check. Yeah, so I'm down about 100 still. In that one account. So we're trading one contract on each of my accounts, just to give you an idea there so you know how we calculate the profits. Right, I'm not sizing up at all. One contract. It's mostly how I trade. We still have significant strength differential here between the dollar and gold. Looks like they're converging a little bit though, so we might be heading back up for a minute or two. And let's see, what do we have here? 1 minute, we are back into this little zone that was our low of last week. Coming back up here, I'm in a couple hedges. Thinking about maybe trying to get out of those hedges if we're coming back up, but I'm not convinced that that's what we're doing. So I'm just going to sit there and look at that for a minute. And I don't know. Doesn't feel like we're coming up today. So I don't think I want to get out of those hedges, but kind of talking myself out of that because every time we've hit this level over this past week, we've come up out of this level. But if I get out of these hedges, this will be the time that we don't come up out of this level, and then I'll be hosed. So I don't want to do that. But as I mentioned, I'm feeling a little jittery, a little anxious. That's never, you know, you can't trade like that. So I know I'm not going to get into any more trades unless that subsides or I get that under control. The question is here, what do I want to do about this hedge? You know, we hit that M2, probably going up a little out of the range now to get out of the hedges. I have to take a little bit of a loss if I do. Let me see if it comes back down here for just a second and gives me a little mercy. So Trump just tweeted that, post on X, whatever it is. Trump just posted on X that the U.S. economy maintains its high S&P credit rating and that analysts find that the tariffs offset the tax cuts. I do not take any of these posts at face value, but I don't think he would say that we have maintained our high S&P credit rating if we haven't. He might be misstating what the analysts have said, though. Either way, if it's true that we have maintained that credit rating, then that should be good for the dollar and put selling pressure on gold. Right, we have 1 minute for the 9:30 candle. That will be the equities open. So let's check out what we have going on here. Stock heat map. Let's make sure that that is refreshed. All right, so kind of a mixed board there. Microsoft down, Nvidia up, Apple's flat, Google flat, Amazon flat. Meta down. Okay, so let's see what happens here. As 9:30 ticks across. If market sentiment remains, we are with the VIX is pretty, it's at 15.1. We should see selling pressure on gold. That's 10 seconds into the 9:30 candle already here. So the correct answer would have been to get out of those hedges, but I didn't. That's on my spot account. That has nothing to do with that, what the futures that we're trading right here. But we have, I was in a hedge right here at this dotted blue line. In fact, I should make that blue line solid, because that is key for a triggered hedge, is a solid line. Anyway, as price came up, I should have gotten out of that hedge there and then, you know, reset it somewhere up here where we are now. But it is what it is. It's unlikely we will be coming back down now. In this session, it looks like we hit that DM2, and that's all she wrote. So we'll either be coming up or ranging again right here where we are. Right. You know, I'm thinking about a buy, but we are already extended from here to here, the 1 minute chart. Coming up here on this swing high, which is, you know, there was a resistance right here, which is where we bounced off of and came down. So I'm not going to take a buy right here. But if we get, yeah, I'm not going to take a buy there either. We've got the daily pivot again right there, even though we just pushed up to it. Not quite there yet, but almost there, right to the pivot. I don't know. Maybe if we get up here, but then we've got another area right here where we came down. And by that time we're overextended. We're pushing back up into the opening range. So kind of the same on the way up as it was on the way down. It just doesn't look like, you know, it's not a trade that's calling my name. It's a trade that's, you know, giving me a little FOMO because price keeps doing what, you know, maybe what it shouldn't do according to pivots and the resistances and so forth. So it's a little frustrating in that sense, but over time, learned our lessons the hard way. It's hard enough to take profit when price does what you think the chart says it's supposed to do. It can still not go your way. But when you take a trade against, your indicators are telling you against Even if price action is telling you that it isn't a bad idea, if you go against too many of your indicators and then it goes against you, you just kick yourself. You just kick yourself for being a bonehead. Ruins your day. If you take a good loss, a loss where you've at least followed all of your rules, you've entered where you're supposed to enter, and then it goes against you, it's frustrating, but it's a good loss. It's a loss where you followed your rules, didn't oversize, you got in where you were supposed to. Price action was telling you it was going to be a good trade. Your indicators were telling you it's going to be a good trade. You get in, goes against you, stops you out. Frustrating, but acceptable. When you don't follow your rules and you get in and it goes your way, it feels good, but by doing that, you've trained your mind subconsciously to do something that you shouldn't do. And then next time you're more likely to do it when it breaks your rules. And even though you don't think, you think, yeah, well, subconsciously, maybe that's what I'm teaching myself, but consciously, I know I shouldn't be doing this. You'd be surprised how much autopilot takes over when you're trading. You almost have to be more careful about what you learn subconsciously than consciously. Intuition about price action is another one of those things. Sometimes you don't know why, you just get a gut feeling that price is going to go your way or price isn't going to go your way, even though everything else is telling you that it is going to go your way, and you stay out of a trade that everything is screaming at you to get into because something just doesn't feel right. And that is all of the intuition and subconscious training that you've done over time by staring at these charts for so long. All right, let's go back to the 10-second chart here for a minute. We have about equal strength here between the dollar and gold right now. So again, this is not screaming at me to get into any kind of trade. So we're coming up here on the weekly, or I'm sorry, on the daily pivot point. This is it right here, this little gray, or this little purple dotted line that you see with my cursor right there. So we're just pushing up against that. Here it is on the Renko, right there, that blue line. We're trying to push up through that. If we can get above that, maybe have a little range to trade right here on the 5-minute chart. You can see some untested resistances right there, but if we had good price action, we had good solid price action up in through here, there's a trade to take. It is 9:44 almost. Got 16 minutes for that 10 o'clock candle. I'm getting a little hangry. Haven't had anything for breakfast yet. Just had my coffee. That's about it. Okay. We have a little clear range here if we break above this pivot. Don't trust it quite yet. Not quite yet. I want a good setup here because I've made back a lot of what I lost in those first two trades on that one account. So I don't want to risk my gains. Although you're always risking when you get into a trade, it's always a risk, but some setups look a little bit better than others. And these setups where price is moving through the pivot, a little dicey. Don't have a lot of strength differential right now. We have some between the dollar and gold being a bit stronger. I think I'm going to sit this one out. I'm not going to trade this one. Simply because it could turn around. It's on the pivot. I don't know. Maybe in another moment I would take this trade. It looks like it's working out. But untrustworthy. It's coming back. There we go. Now I would have been not quite stopped out yet, but getting close. All right, yeah, I definitely would have been stopped out by now. So that was the right decision. I hope you didn't get into that. Hope you did not take a buy there. If you did, and if it were me, I'd be stopped out now. I wouldn't be hanging around for this trade to turn around. It very well might. But given fundamentals, given market sentiment, just not sure we're going to decisively break through this pivot. Right, I hear my dog barking. I'm going to go calm her down. She hears some people some workers that are coming here out in the hallway, and that sets her off. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, chat. Let's see. We have 1 minute, less than 1 minute for that 10 o'clock candle. We will see what happens here at 10 o'clock. Looks like we're going to head down at 10 o'clock. Well, yeah, because it looks like that's what we're doing right now. I'm going to go ahead and take that because it's pushing. Got 15 seconds to get out of this. All right, I'm just gonna get out of it for that 10 bucks because I didn't want to be in that right now. Look at that, it's going the other direction, so it's a good thing I did get out. Hey, you know, sometimes 10 bucks is 10 bucks. All right, now it is going our direction. That's something I want to get back involved in. Not yet. We're coming back up on the WM2. Looks nice, but ultimately not our trade. Okay, we had something there. I mean, could have stayed in that perhaps. like to stick around for a little while. Not quite ready to call it a day yet. Oh, alright. Probably in a range now for the rest of the day. want to take this trade. I want to. Market just isn't giving it to us today. And you know, there are much better setups, much better movements that we trade. So, you know, why risk your capital in this market when we know that we'll come back tonight, we'll come back tomorrow, and the market will behave differently. Can you make a little money here? Sure. You can also lose. I believe I took 60 there. And for some reason, my TradeZilla is not updating with the latest trades. Frustrating. I'm still a bit down for the day in that one account. Yeah, I'm still down about $20 on the day in that one account. I'm not gonna necessarily try to make that back. You know, I'm not gonna set out with that goal to make that back. That's, the market wants to give it to me, you know, great. But if not, you know, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. break below here, we will be heading right back into the WM2 again, so no room really to trade there. Alright, we're going to stick around here until maybe just after the 10:30 candle. Okay, we're coming down again, but we look over here on the 1-minute chart, right here. See that price is heading right down in, well, this, we've got a support right here. We're not going to trade into that. And right below that, we've got the WM2, and then right below that, another support that's already formed right there on the monthly pivot point. So we're not going to trade into that support, we're not going to trade into the WM2, and we're not going to trade into the MPP. So no trades until we're below that, and then we've got a little room to trade, maybe down in through here. It comes back and it does that again. The question is, will we have the same volume as we had over here at at 9 o'clock? Probably a little less volume now. Market just doesn't know what it wants to do. I'm getting mixed indications on my FX trend. I'm getting mixed indications on elite algo, trend dashboard. So I've been kind of fighting against this little feeling of anxiety that I have. It hasn't affected my trading. Every trade I've taken today, I've been on point. But it's just something that I noticed that if it gets out of hand, I need to stop. I'm going to be stopping anyway in, just after that 10:30 candle, depending on what price does. If it starts getting interesting, I'll stick around for a little while. But assuming it just keeps doing what it's doing right now, I'm going to call it because I'm getting mentally fried. Usually I would stick around until 11. That's kind of my where I call it in the mornings. But today's not my day. Got some workers outside. I don't know if you can hear the banging, but there's a little bit of banging going on out there. By YouTube, you guys are troopers, sticking around through this subdued market. I mean, I guess we have taken 5 trades today. That isn't a completely boring day. Usually wouldn't take that many trades on a day like today, but the market has shown us those opportunities. And yeah, I told you the story of those first 2 trades I took, the 2 losses. So I took those losses in one account. My trade copier wasn't on, so I didn't take those trades across the rest of my accounts. So fortunately, that okay, what's going on here? We have some pretty strong downward movement there for a second, for 20 seconds. We break through here, maybe a trade down to here. But we need to break through decisively. If we're just going to creep, not worth it. Going to be extra cautious. In fact, I don't think I will take that trade, even if it sets up. It is just, it's just, what, from 79 to 78, that's 1 pip, that's about $100 movement there, which is nothing to sneeze at, of course, across all of your accounts. That adds up. But it's not a strong enough setup for me to risk losing, 120, 130 if it goes against me. So I'll just let that one go by. It's gonna go now. There it goes. minutes for that 10:30 candle. I think we take our meds. I think we have a minute and a half for that 10:30 candle to tick over, and we will see how we're doing here. Now, if we go up here at are we getting some bleed from got a vacuum cleaner in the other room now? I guess it's not bleeding too much. Okay, we have 1 minute. 1 minute for that 10:30 candle. Now, if we go up, a little bit of there might be a trade there, but you always have to be careful on this on these candles. Sometimes they tend to move in the opposite direction to where they eventually resolve. Got 30 seconds. Okay, there it is. There it is. Says it wants to go up. It's going to encounter some resistance here on the 1 minute chart that I can see here to the left. Not enough volume to push it through. See that there's not enough volume. If you go over here to the 1 minute chart, volume is down here at the bottom. You can see that we are at the bottom. So even though we had some buyers come in and push price up, there were enough passive sellers up there to keep price down. We have near parity in strength between the dollar and gold. So nothing to trade here right now, folks. Nothing to trade. That doesn't mean that as soon as I click off, it's not going to start moving, with conviction in one direction or the other. But it's not doing that right now. That is for sure. Excuse me. Tried to turn my mic off there before I sneezed, but I didn't make it in time. Okay. That is all we're going to do for right now. I'm going to, I think, end the stream. We will be back here tonight at 7:45 p.m. for the Asia session. My partner Tono and I, assuming Tono's feeling better. And I will see you then. Have a great rest of your day.